Hey YouTube, welcome back to day 4 of Inktober. Today I thought I'd draw a snake charmer. I'm not really following a prompt or anything for Inktober. I think I've really been wanting to draw a snake lately, so I thought I'd draw a witch that has a snake pet or a snake charmer. So I did a snake charmer girl, and she actually looks a lot like my friend, so I kind of styled it after her with the kimono and everything. I'm going to apologize ahead of time for some of the missing footage. My camera kept cutting out, and I'm actually just recording all of these on my iPad, so every time it runs out of room, it just stops recording and doesn't make a noise or anything, so I have to keep checking and keep emptying it while I'm recording. I really need to invest in a good filming camera. I bought a digital SLR recently, but realized that I didn't do my research and it doesn't have a flip screen and it doesn't record very well, so I'm thinking about keeping that for taking actual photos. And I really want to get a Canon G7X for filming because it seems like it's the best one for YouTube. But right now I'm actually about to buy a new computer. I've been saving up for a really long time now, and I'm so excited because my laptop seems to be getting pretty old. So if you guys want to help me out with anything, you should check out my Patreon. All the money that comes from there goes to my YouTube videos, so if you want to see me recording more and doing more content that you'd like to see, you should go ahead and check that out. So today I wanted to try the Rowney or Rowney green ink. I think the color is olive. I used the olive ink by them, and I used the black one. I also used another Kuretake Menso brush, the Kolinski hair one, and the Speedball 512 nib. So far it seems like those are my favorite materials to use. So this was my first time trying one of the colored inks by Rowney, and the green actually was really streaky and not very opaque. I guess it's not really supposed to be opaque because it's an ink, but I really wanted an opaque color this time, so I ended up putting it in a little palette and adding a little bit of my Dr. P.H. Martin's white ink to it, and it became really opaque, and that helped out a lot with the coverage. Besides this color, their black ink is really good. I didn't realize this, but most black inks that aren't India ink aren't always waterproof, so if I ink and then I decide to add a little bit more shading, it's gonna smear. So if you are one person who likes to paint after you do line art, you should definitely buy India ink because it's waterproof. So the Kuretake Menso Kolinski hairbrush is really awesome. I wanted to try it out for Inktober, and now after a few days it's my favorite. I actually bought the other two Menso brushes. I think they're horse and goat hair, but they're not as good. They don't stay together as well, and the bristles are super soft, so they actually just bend when you paint it. They don't keep their shape. So the Kolinski hair is my favorite, and I really want to try other brands of the same type of hair just to see how they turn out. I'm not that experienced with brushes. I usually just use basic watercolor brushes, so I'm looking into getting fancier ones. Also, my favorite nib that I've used is the Speedball 512 nib. I found out about this nib because the artist Richie Beckett is an amazing artist, and he uses that nib all the time. And it's a bowl nib, I believe, so it's really flexible, it's huge, and it holds a lot of ink. And for some reason, the other nibs that I bought, they blob up. And I tried a lot of different things, like I made sure the paper wasn't wet, I didn't have too much ink on it, and it would still just blob up. So the Speedball nib actually hasn't done that to me yet at all, so I really recommend that one. I want to try the rest of the Speedball nibs that I got in the set, but I haven't got to them yet. Someone asked me recently how I think of my tattoo ideas for my girls. I kind of like to imagine them as real people and just think about like who they are and what kind of tattoos that they would have. It's a really fun way of adding a personal touch and a uniqueness to every character. and there's no really big reason why I add tattoos all the time. I just really love how they look, and I like drawing girls that are different and unique. So I think tattoos and piercings are a really cool way of adding character to a person. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you're all doing well with Inktober. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye!